So it's going to enter right here. We'll have a floodgate here for now so that we don't have to let water in and out of it. And it's going to make the shape of the power plant, which is basically, that's a power plant. Okay? And from above, we're actually going to need to channel these out. So I don't even really need to dig them here. Okay. And then we're going to need access for where to hook up our power, because these three are going to be our water wheels. These two are going to be our pump, pumping from this square right here. So we need access to that. And we'll just go ahead and make a nice, beautiful room out of it. Okay, power plant, done. The power is going to come off in that direction. Okay. Now at this point, we do need to go ahead and start making floodgates. That should be enough. And I need to make sure I have enough mechanisms. I ended up switching to the tilt key instead of the escape key because my Dwarf Fortress was having an issue, and it's still weirding me out. Can you guys hear the music? I can totally turn it up. Yes, Lou Canada did. He did corrupt me. I don't know, there's just something soothing about it. I don't feel like there's words in the background that I should be singing to. I guess if I wasn't trying to show people something, I could do something more like that. I know Sputs jams out to his dwarfy pirate music, but I think that would be distracting if I was trying to focus on minecarts. I do appreciate it when he's being attacked and he has this crazy awesome music though. No, don't go away, come back. Ah. Wimp. Uh-oh, you're trapped. Well, hope you figure it out, buddy. You get tired here in a second, you're just gonna have to suck it up and keep on mining. Looks like he's gonna make it just fine. I only run 2 or 3 miners because I guess I'm patient and it seems to do just fine. There we go, he made it. Okay. Got our water. And they are all down here. See, that's a problem. They are down here because this is my only water source. And I would much rather them be somewhere safe. And so by having this reservoir, we can also channel one of these off and make a well. Start placing these floodgates. My expansion floodgates. God, this tilt key is driving me nuts. I know Dwarf was in here earlier, and then he bailed right as I started to actually talk about things. I think he had to go back to work. Okay. So now that we've done all that, we need to place the floodgate for the power plant. And actually, just in case, because I'm not really confident in my knowledge of dwarven building mechanics, put that on the other side, makes that square less desirable. That way he doesn't build himself in, which would be awful. And we're going to go ahead and make the maintenance hatch for it. Right here. I'm gonna get used to this tilt key and move to a new version and not know to push the escape key. Like, I was pushing it, it didn't do anything. Okay, build a door, door. Okay. And we need a fortification. If you build your fortification further back, like 2 or 3 squares, I don't care if it's out of mudstone, when you let open your floodgate, it will actually, the flow will drop low enough that things cannot swim through it. Because fortifications, if it's at a 7-7, it lets things swim through them, which would allow a forgotten beast, or even just something as simple as a carp, to get into my reservoir. And by doing this here, I can guarantee that the water in my reservoir is, it may be stagnant, but at least it's not full of creatures. So I can then let that into a well and know that that water's safe. Water can go stagnant, which is going to make my well eventually unhealthy if I don't find a way to create flow. Which is why we will be doing that later. But I can deal with a few infections for right now. Build a lever there. Build a lever there. Okay, that worked out. And then actually, I am going to dig that, because I'm not going to have a door there. And we're going to correspond these directly with their levers. I know some people do central control rooms, but if you don't pay attention to like colors or something, or use labels or some method, you get confused and you tell Dwarf to pull the wrong one and you flood your fort. So I just generally leave things, even if they're far away, I leave them in the same layout. So if I have 3 or 4 levers, I'll kind of group those in one control room so I can remember, okay, all of my gates are from this one control room and I have a north, east, and west gate. So I'll have them in this triangle where there's a north, east, and west lever. That's a personal preference. You guys are, of course, welcome to do whatever you desire. I need more mechanisms. Okay, fortification's built. Put our floodgate in. We've got some time to kill. My room must be really dry. Top piece of bread's already getting dry. Eat some of my sandwich here. Peanut butter and seedless raspberry preserves. And a Coca-Cola, because I am a very traditional American, I guess. Migrants! Yay! A huge influx of inconveniences. Okay, first one's done. link to that floodgate, and I don't have enough mechanisms. Okay. Let's see if there are even more mechanisms being made. There are more mechanisms being made. That is awesome news. Now this fort, to prove the throughput and the output can be improved by automation, I'm only going to run with one of every workshop. So until I have all this up and I can start to build enormous stockpiles of everything, parts of this process could be really slow. Now, knowing that's the end result, you could build your more traditional fort up on the surface layers and dig down and prepare an entirely automated fort. And as each industry finishes in the lower fort, you could basically demolish it out of the top fort and move your operations down slowly. But you'd end up with a ton of people who are trained in things that they don't need, and so on and so forth. For those of you that had said you'd never seen a minecart, it's only set to 10 days. That one actually already has a mechanism brought up in it, one of my floodgates, and 2 more mechanisms, which I need. It's saying I don't have enough mechanisms, but apparently I just can't access them because they're in minecart, so I will wait. Watch somebody push this. I should set my tick rate faster. Makes time just fly. Setting up power is kind of slow to start with here. Dwarf and Skyla and them said they want to know how to do this. Don't even come in here. Just tell me they have questions and leave it to that. The guy that had never seen Minecarts already left, so I can go back to watching them and make sure they've linked all this crap up. Okay, link. Not enough mechanisms, you bitch. Slythe, have you started using Minecarts at all? Do you cast at all? All these casting guys have such advanced militaries. All I have is this dwarven economy mechanics. To do that so I can remember which ones are done. Oh, shut up. I don't know. Maybe I just don't have very many mechanics. And if that's the case, I have plenty of idle dwarves, so. Sorry about that. Oh no, I only have one mechanic. That is the problem.